What is up, Division Agents? I'm here with you today to give you what I think is probably the best way to make a Reclaimer build. I'm not going to say it's the only way. I think it's the best way. I've seen it ran many ways. This is by far what I think is what a healer build should be with the Reclaimer. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Alright, so weapons wise, I have the house that has Talented on it. And I have the Caduceus, which has Intense and Talented on it. Talented is a must-have with this build, just because, as you can see, everything is pretty much put towards my electronics. My electronics are a little over 10k. Even the mods on my gear are electronics with skill haste. So, let's look at it. Chest plate, rolled towards electronics, with skill haste, health, and ammo capacity. It's really probably not the best, just because the health is really low, but I mean, that's just what I had. So, alright. Masks, rolled for electronics with skill power, damage to elites. You don't necessarily have to have damage to elites. You can have whatever you want. Me personally, I just like the damage to elites just because that's what you run into more of in the higher DZs or heroic, legendary missions. Stuff like that. It helps you get that extra little damage output that you need to help out your group. Reclaimer braces, also roll for electronics and skill power with damage to elites, burn resistance, shock resistance. My bag, once again, roll for electronics, skill power, and ammo capacity. And there's a reason why everything's rolled skill power. I'll get to that here in 1 second. Gloves, rolled for skill power, rolled for electronics, critical hit chance. Only reason I don't like these gloves is because I don't have critical hit damage. I have enemy armor damage, and I'm lacking 2 points in the skill haste. But once again, it was the best out of what I had, so I made it work, and it still works really good. Holster, I had to roll it towards stamina, just because my stamina roll was really low, and I needed to get that extra little bit to give my survivability a better percentage. So I had to roll my stamina, and then I have it rolled for skill haste. Bear in mind, when everything's maxed out on skill haste and you have all your skill haste mods, you should be up to 40% on your skill haste for this build. I'm at 38. It isn't bad, but 40 I think would be just so much better than what I have it at now. But 38 is manageable. About 35% to 40 I think would be perfect for this build if you can't get it all the way up to 40. I'd keep it within that 35-40% range. But personally, that's me. But skill haste is a must need when you have this much electronics and skill power. And performance mods wise, I have on my backpack, I have the 5% to healing speed, and on my holster and knee pads, I have sticky bomb damage. And on here, the reason you want before I go to my skills and everything, the reason you want your electronics so high with this build is because the 6-piece talent. Support station gains 40% chance to have no cooldown, triggered when it's destroyed by an enemy. This chance is increased by 20% for every 3,000 electronics. So right now, I have a 100% chance that my box will not have a cooldown. 100%. That means every time that my box is destroyed, it comes back every time. And that is 100% true. I've never had my box destroyed and I've had to wait for it. It's always came back with this high of electronics, which is really good. That means I can continuously help out my team. I don't have to wait for anything. Skills wise, I personally like the sticky bomb for this build because it has that total damage of 1 mil, as you can see. And that helps you out a lot when you're doing missions or running around the dark zone. You hit somebody with a mil off a sticky bomb, NPC is probably going to die, and if the player doesn't die or him and his group don't die, they are going to regroup and decide how they're going to come at you, which allows your team to regroup, get back in order. It's more like crowd control. Even if it doesn't kill them, it's enough for them just to go, what just happened? That's why I like it personally. You don't have to use it though. If you didn't want to use it, you could always go with the healing grenade. The overheal and booster shot are still really good. Me personally, if I didn't go with the sticky bomb, I would go with the booster shot, just to give everyone the increase in damage, the health, and the damage resilience. And the cooldown is shorter than the overdose. With my box is doing about 30,000 HP. It's doing exactly 29,518 HP per second. That's a lot of health give back. That's about 3 or 4 shots coming from another player or an NPC that you get back every second. That is amazing. And then if you manage to get a kill with your weapons, which is not impossible, it can be done even with this low firearms, and you activate talented, my box does about 35,000, just slightly under. I don't know the exact number, but it's about 35,000 HP per second for 20 seconds. I mean, 20 seconds doesn't sound like a long time, but when you're in a gunfight, 20 seconds is like forever. And my sticky bomb does about 1 mil 300,000, so this build, everything pretty much goes together. Now, as far as talents goes, triage, you need this with this build, because when you put down your box, everyone pretty much is going to stay in your box when they see how good their health is doing, how many hits they can take and still get the health back. And every time you heal one of them, whether you're running a healing grenade, a turret, or smart cover, or a sticky bomb, your cooldowns are decreased by 15% for whenever you heal an ally. And if everyone's getting hit and standing in it, I don't think it stacks. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked into it. I can if you want me to. Just send me a message in the comments. Let me know if you want me to look into that. But that's still 15% decrease in your cooldowns while you're for every ally that you heal. So I mean, that's really good to have if you're running Reclaimer with a box and everyone's getting hit and they're standing in it. Critical save, you could possibly change this if you wanted to something different. You could probably change it to Adrenaline if you wanted to. But me personally, I like to critical save because sometimes I get a little antsy and I want to be part of the fight. So I'll run out of the box with my friends, with my crew, and we'll take out a couple of NPCs together. But I don't have a lot of toughness, so I'm getting hit. I need to get back, and just popping a med kit for me gives me enough resistance and enough health to get back to my box. Combat medic's really good because, you know, sometimes some players want to run out the circle, out your healing range to be able to take out NPCs or gang up another player or something like that. So with combat medic, you can still be in your circle and use a med kit and give them health when they need it. That's what this is all about. This is just a healing build. This is not a build made to, you know, go to the dark zone and take on a whole server. No, this is made for teams. This is a straight, I'm gonna heal you. You're not gonna stay alive the whole time, but this is a build made for your team to outlast almost anything. And for the last talent, we have Strike Back. Reach low health, reduce active skill cooldowns 20%. This helps if the box isn't destroyed by a NPC and you don't get that automatic no cooldown. If you're getting hit, this will reduce the cooldown, and I mean, it don't take your box long to come back with, you know, 38% skill haste. So with that, it's almost really an instant that you get your box back. You can throw it down and it's not a problem. But that's all I have for y'all with this Reclaimer build. Like I said, I believe this is the best way to build this build. I mean, if y'all disagree, feel more than welcome to take what you want out of this, make it your own. But you know, this is what it is. This is how I run mine. This is how I like it. So y'all take it easy. Y'all go out there, handle it, agents.